Good morning, Expat Travels. It is March 23rd, 2026. It is about 8 a.m. Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm about to make a cross-country trip of over 2,088 miles from Phoenix, Arizona to Peoria, Illinois. It's going to take me all week. We're going to start the trek by leaving Phoenix today and driving 300 miles to Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're going to spend a couple days in Las Vegas. Then we'll be trekking across country, going through Utah, and then also landing into Denver, Colorado for a stop. And then we'll be driving on from Denver, Colorado to Des Moines, Iowa, making another stop, and then we'll be finalizing our trip on Friday afternoon in Peoria, Illinois. Should be a fun, interesting cross-country trip. There's going to be some hotel reviews of Paris, Las Vegas, and also Excalibur, in addition to some of the sights and sounds in Vegas, as well as the hotel reviews as I go across country to make this trip. Join me for this week-long adventure, shall you? And we're going to go Viva Las Vegas. And as always, like and subscribe to my channels. I got tons of travel content always uploading to the channel, and thank you for all my new subscribers. And as Elvis would say, thank you. Thank you very much. Pulling out of my apartment complex now. Drive is 4 hours and 34 minutes from where I sit here in North Phoenix, Arizona, and 303 miles to Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we go. Here we go. Driving down Greenway Drive to get on to 17. It's going to start our journey to Las Vegas. There's the mountains ahead. Going to be 100 degrees today here in Phoenix, Arizona. Also going to be 96 in Las Vegas. All right, here we go. Getting on to 17. Getting on the freeway to start our journey to Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we go. Goodbye, Phoenix, Arizona. Getting on the freeway. Getting on the 17. Here we go. Boy, this is going to be a long week, guys. This is going to be a long, long, long drive. But very scenic at that. All right. Here we go. Look at all the cactus. We're making our way outside of Phoenix now. Probably about 30 miles outside of Phoenix. We're on a 2-lane highway. You can see the mountains around. Pretty majestic, but tons of cactus. Look at this. Look at this. Here comes your elevations again. As you're going down, just saw a sign for a donkey crossing the next 5 miles. But look at this. This is where the elevation is going to change dramatically as we're heading towards Vegas. Dry as can all get out to. Here we are, a little under 200 miles to Las Vegas. Look at how you have to zigzag up and down these mountains. Look at this. Look at the zigzag you got to do. Up and down elevations. We are truly, truly out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And look at how high these elevations is. Look at this stuff. It is crazy. I'll tell you one thing. Arizona must have 100 million cactus or cacti. It's incredible to me. When you're out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the mountains, what is a saving grace when you got to go pee? A construction zone porta potty. Amen to that. All right, we are in Kingman, Arizona, about an hour and 45 minutes from Las Vegas. And Sinclair has always got these cool, like, dinosaurs, which look kind of cool. At Travel Center, and of course I'll show you the mountains here in a sec. That's where we're going. Las Vegas, baby. Woo! Wow, wow, and wow. Look at this. And if you look way, way, way up in the distance, well, you can't see it. Those mountains have snow on them way up high. Way up high. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Wow. this. Get a load of this. This is called Scenic View. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my word. It's incredible. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Crossing the bridge now with Hoover Dam. And here we are, Nevada. We are in Nevada. All right, I don't know where you stop at. Where can you stop at and do this? I have no idea at all where you stop. And we are Pacific time zone, so it is Pacific time zone. All right, that answered that. Okay, we are going to check out Hoover Dam. Welcome to Hoover Dam. Let's check this out. Bet this is going to be exciting. We are just now inside the entrance of Hoover Dam. I'm assuming there's parking area, but I don't know, guys. So we're going to test this out. I don't know where we go or what we do, but this is going to be interesting. Look at the views. Absolutely epic. Epic. I assume we park down here, but I don't know this for sure, so I'm kind of winging it to see. But we'll be moving our way on to Las Vegas, but we're taking a small little detour to look at Hoover Dam, and then we are going to go on to Las Vegas. Bridge, Scenic View, Hoover Dam. All right, I'm gonna park here, and let's see how this turns out. Open dawn to dusk. All right, here we go. We're gonna pull up here. Hopefully I can park somewhere and get a view of this. So this is where you park, and then this is what you have to do once you park. You have to go up kind of like this snaking way to get up to the top to get the bridge view. So let's go check it out. Here we are, folks. Welcome to Nevada. Okay, that was totally cool. That was totally cool. Welcome to Nevada. Let's go check out Hoover Dam. Okay, leaving Hoover Dam now. We are going to head towards Vegas. We got about 35 miles or so to go to get to Vegas. But check out this road we're about to go down to get back onto the main road. It's pretty frightening, but yet in kind of an awesome way. Check this out. We're gonna go this way. You only can drive 35 miles an hour down this road, but let me show you what we're about to see here. Hang on one second. I wanted to record this to show you what happens when you leave Hoover Dam. First of all, you're in Nevada. Then you enter into Pacific time zone. So we are 5 hours behind, like other places in the United States. They have an elk crossing, or I guess that's mountain goat. Whoops, Jeremy, get your animals right. But I want you to check this out. Check out this drive that takes you back to the highway. It's pretty epic, but yet pretty, not really scary, interesting. There's the way I'm looking for it. Very interesting. Look at these rock formations as you're coming down across. This stuff is really epic. It's epic, to say the least. You're on this windy road, and it's pretty interesting, to say the least, all the way down. But you keep going here, all the way around, and you get the idea of what this is like to try to go down this mountain. This is what you're looking at up there, and you drive down, but pretty epic at that. So that was Hoover Dam. Definitely worth the trip to see it once. You won't spend a great deal of time here, but definitely, it is definitely on something that you must see at least one time in your life. Wow, look at these red rocks here. Look at these red rocks. How cool is that? Man, the views are just absolutely stunning. Look at this. Look at this. I got a car honking at me. Anyway. All right, I gotta get going here. Pretty stunning. All right, guys, we are 17 miles away. You can see the top of the stratosphere way down there. You can see the strip little by little. We are making our way into Vegas now. Making our way into Vegas. Here we go. We got to get off on the 215. Looks like we might be running into rush hour here. All right, folks. 4 miles and we are there. Las Vegas. All right, we're coming in. Getting close. Getting very, very close. Jennifer Lopez is obviously doing some residency here in Vegas. We're getting off at exit 38. There's the Luxor right there, as you can see, and I'm not supposed to be in this exit. Go figure. Anyway, making our way here, Mandalay Bay. Let's see what else we can see up close. Making our way here, there's Excalibur. There is New York, New York. There is the Luxor. We're coming into the strip now. There it is. Luxor. There's Excalibur, which is where we're staying tomorrow night. But tonight we're one-upping it. We're going to Paris tonight. Paris is where I'm going to go tomorrow night. Or tonight. Heck yeah. There it is. Alright, we got to get off here. And here we are, guys. We are in it right now off of Las Vegas Boulevard, and right behind me stands the Eiffel Tower of Paris, Las Vegas. Right behind me across the street is the Bellagio. We made it from Phoenix, Arizona. It took about 5 hours with all the stops, but this is the first stop in Jeremy's cross-country trip. So for the rest of today and tomorrow, it's Vegas, baby. And then we'll be on to Denver. Join me for some sights and sounds of Las Vegas and a hotel review of this hotel right here, Paris, Las Vegas. Good early morning, expat travels. The time is 4:18 Mountain Time here from Las Vegas, Nevada. We are about to leave Excalibur Hotel, which you see right behind me. Today we're going to travel 750 miles to Denver, Colorado. It should take about 12 hours. I'm hoping to arrive there around 7 p.m., but we shall see. But we're going to get an early start, and hopefully that'll get us an early arrival. Join me on this long-distance journey from Las Vegas, Nevada to Denver, Colorado. Shall you? Bye, Las Vegas. Adios. We're out of here. On our way to Denver, Colorado. There's the stratosphere right over there. It's still dark outside. We are heading out of Las Vegas. See you later, Vegas. See you later. Maybe another time, maybe never again. Nonetheless, we're gone. We are out of here. There's Circus. That's an old resort there. Very old resort. Anyway, we're gone, guys. Off to Denver. Looks like the sun is starting to rise over the horizon a little bit here, as you can see. Can't really tell, but it's obviously, we're definitely in a mountainous region. I believe we're still in Nevada. I've been driving for about an hour now, so I'm not sure where we're going to come up on the Nevada-Utah border, but we still have way over 660 miles to go. So let's just keep on rolling, shall we? All right, folks, update. We are about 20 miles from the Utah border. I thought we were going to drive through this mountain as we headed through it. Oh, my word, look at this. Look at this. We are actually back in Arizona. It threw me off because I looked at this, and when I saw the Arizona state sign, I was like, what? Arizona? No, we are back in Arizona. but we are making our way towards Utah. Look at this. I feel like I'm driving right through it. I'm literally driving through a mountain right now. Literally through a mountain right now. This is crazy. I'm driving through a mountain right now. Literally driving through a mountain. I thought it was going to be a tunnel, and actually it threw me off. But it's actually, we're driving through a mountain. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my word. Oh my word. These mountains are epic. The rocks are huge. Huge. Look at this. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I thought it was amazing when I was heading out to Arizona. This is absolutely epic what I'm seeing right now. Look at this. Oh my word. Crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Incredible. Look at what I'm driving through. And this is the front. I've never in my life ever experienced anything like this in my life. And I'll bet it's going to get more interesting as we go. You're literally driving through a mountain. You're literally driving through a mountain. This is incredible. I'm telling you what, Arizona has got some of the most scenic things I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely love this state. I absolutely love it. I cannot get over the scenery out in this country. I absolutely love it. Here we are, folks, about an hour and a half later, an hour and 34 minutes. We are at the border of Utah. Here we are in Utah. Just got out of St. George, Utah. Our time did change. We are now at 7:51. I noticed the time changed. And we are now 80 miles an hour is the speed limit, which is amazing. But look at this. We're going way down now. Check this over here. Wow. You can see the sun. Look at how majestic that is. It is so beautiful driving out here on the West Coast. So beautiful. I love it. Here we are in Utah. Nothing out in front of us but mountains and open road. Take her to the highway, Mr. Fritsch. Let's spread our legs. Miles an hour in Utah. 80 miles an hour. And look on the left-hand side, we got some mountains here. I don't know if there's snow up there or not, but it's kind of interesting when you look at it. All right, here we are with an update. We are getting off on Interstate 70. It's going to take us to Denver. And we are looking at 522 miles and 5:18 arrival. And here's what we got ahead of us as we get on Interstate 70. Here we go. Onward push for Colorado. All right, we are back into some very mountainous areas here in Utah. Off of Interstate 70. Still shooting for our way for Denver, which is 506 miles away. But and they got a runaway truck ramp. A lot of these semis, when they go down through the elevations, they can't handle the extreme elevations. And their transmissions sometimes will heat up, or sometimes they could lose their brakes. I know this car has had issues with doing this drive too. But look at the landscape here. Look at the landscape out my window. Look at this. Look at this. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Look at the rock formations. It's amazing. This is what I see out my window going through the state of driving through Utah here. I'm hoping we're getting close to the Colorado border, but it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. I had to get out for a minute just so you could see the majestics of all of this. Get a load of this. I mean, get a load of this. Look at that huge crater right there. And look over here. It's absolutely majestic. Look at this. And you can see way up in there, right up in there, it looks like there might be some snow up on those mountains. And then you come back over in here and look at this. Look at this big rock. Absolutely majestic. Look at that. I'll do one more pan across. Insanely crazy. Look at that. Wow. All right, guys, here we are, Colorado, next state we just entered. We have 290 miles to go to get to the hotel, and it's telling me 4 hours, 36 minutes. We are in Colorado, guys. I'm not sure why behind the Colorado sign, there's this. And it says Colo State Line. Anybody can comment about that, but I don't know. But we are now in Colorado. So let's head. Here we go. Colorado, next state, in Mesa County. All right, here we go. Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, baby. Oh, this is cool. We get to go through a tunnel, guys. I was wondering we were gonna go through one of these. I'll have to turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Here we go. We're going through a tunnel. And this is some cool shit. Hey, that was some cool crap. We're going through a tunnel. Wow, I didn't anticipate that. That was kind of cool. I thought that tunnel was going to actually be bigger. Oh well. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, look at this. We are going to go into a tunnel. We are going to go into a tunnel. Here we go. I had a feeling we were going to go into a tunnel. Here we go. Horn honk time. That's funny. Horn honk time. All right, where are we now? Outside of the tunnel. Hey, look. No name. That must be a fun exit. Yeah, where do you live at? No name. No, really, where do you live? No name. I've never heard of something so stupid. Anyway. Hang on, we're about to go through another tunnel here. Here we go. Well, this one looks like it's going to be longer. Woohoo! was incredible. Now we're back out here. Here is the Colorado River, guys. On the right, if you can see it. Hang on, there's the Colorado River. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. You can see the red rock of the mountains now. We're in Denver. Well, we're not in Denver. We're about 140 miles from Denver. But you can see the red rocks there. And if you look up close, well, I guess you can't hear, but you can see the mountains. But look at this. It's scenic. It's so scenic. Look at that. We are in Vail, Colorado now. This is a big ski town. And you can see the slopes up there. If you look close, you can see the slopes of where they'd ski down. Let me zoom in a little more. See it? Where they'd zoom down? It's very interesting. Very wooded area. It's very interesting with the snow and everything. And look at how it's very ski town oriented. But look at the trees and the ski slopes. We're definitely making headway. We're about 112 miles from Denver. But look at that. Temperature's 75 degrees. Even though there's snow there, it's 75 degrees. Beautiful, right? Look at that. Majestic. Looks like we're about to go through another tunnel. This one's called Johnson Tunnel, built in 1979. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Been in a longer tunnel my entire life. They told me in Rio de Janeiro the longest tunnel in the world was underneath Christ the Redeemer. I disagree. I've been in this tunnel over 2 minutes already, and I think we may be finally coming out of it. Yes, sir. Wow, that was pretty dramatic. All right, now we're back on this. You got the slopes on the right. All right, up and down another mountain. Here we go. All right, folks, here we go. There's downtown Denver, Colorado. We have finally made it to the destination. We got about 10 miles more to go, but there's downtown Denver. It is 5:21 their time. Here we are, Denver, Colorado. Hey! There it is. Here's what we got up front. Got a little bit of a bottleneck action going on here. But we got 9 more miles. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. And exactly 12 hours to the dot, we are in Denver, Colorado. 771 miles after leaving Excalibur in Las Vegas, Nevada at 4:50 a.m. this morning, Mountain Standard Time. We are now standing in Denver, Colorado. Well, not actually in Denver, Colorado itself. Closer to DIA, Denver International Airport area. And it is 6 o'clock. 12 hours it took us, and what an interesting drive it was based off all these videos going through the mountains. The one thing I will tell you is make sure you fill up with gas before you get on I-70, and also fill up probably once you get inside Colorado a little bit, because the last 50 to 60 miles there's no gas station at all. You're going right through the mountains. Actually, the last 100. If you get low on fuel, what I did is basically I used the hills and the grades coming down the mountains and coasted down them. That way you save on gas in your car. But anyway, it was a good trip overall. I am tired, so I'm checking into my hotel tomorrow. The drive is from Denver, Colorado to Des Moines, Iowa. It's actually warmer here than I thought. I put the hoodie on, but honestly, temperature is in the 80s. I'm surprised for Denver, Colorado. But anyway, especially this time of year. But anyway, guys, it was an interesting day. I'm tired, and now I am heading off to the hotel. You'll chat with you tomorrow when I make the drive from Denver to Des Moines, Iowa. See ya. Good morning, Expat Travels. It is 6:52 Denver, Colorado time, and we are about to take day 3 of driving, this being from Denver, Colorado to Des Moines, Iowa. It's about 650 miles. AI is telling me somewhere between 9.5 to 10.5 hours, depending upon how often I stop. We're looking at stops maybe in North Platte and also Omaha before we make our way on to Des Moines tonight. The drive probably won't be as exciting as yesterday was. It was amazing yesterday. In and out of the mountains, some beautiful scenery that you're going to see in that other video that'll be attached. And of course, obviously, the further east we go, the more flat the ground is going to get. But join me as we begin our trek from the west coast of the United States of America to the heartland of the Midwest. Join me on this journey. As Adam the Woo would say, shall you? Kind of an overcast morning this morning here in Denver. We'll scroll, see some of the prairie grass, but you're seeing the mountains. There they are. You can see the snow caps on top of the mountains as we scroll across. All the way across, you can see the snow like on the top of the mountains there here in Denver. Here we go. All right. Here we are still in Colorado. I don't know what it is, but it is incredibly smoky, like really bad. And it's been this way for about the past 20 minutes. I don't know if there's like mountain fires or wildlife fires, but you can see the haze. That is not from the sun. It smells very, very smoky. I don't know what it is, but it is very hazy and smoky. It's not hard to breathe, but it's just very, very smoky. I don't understand what this is, but very much flat ground. I don't think we'll see any more mountains for the rest of the trip. All right, guys, we are 2 hours and 25 minutes into the drive, and we are now up to our next state, Nebraska. All right, on to Nebraska. Here we go. We're going to get on I-80, which should pretty much take us into Iowa. For the most part, right now, we are looking at 478 miles to Des Moines, Iowa. 4:09 arrival, 6 hours, 43 minutes. But obviously, we will be stopping for fuel. So, yeah, anyway. Sorry, so shaky there. We're getting on I-80 right here. I-80, 2 miles. All right, folks, let's do this. It was very smoky for quite a while. I don't really know why. Oh, there's why. High fire danger, red flag warning. It was incredibly smoky. I could not figure out why. As you can see, we are definitely in America's heartland now. We are in Nebraska, and you can see the farms. I want to call this state a different name other than Nebraska. I like to call this state Windbraska. The wind is atrocious going through this state. I don't know why. I am assuming it's because you're going from like West Coast to the Midwest, that this might be like the dividing line of cold versus warm, would be my suspicion why it's so windy. But I'm on I-80, which is an east-west highway, but I'm assuming it's what it is. But you can see now, mountains are gone. We are in the heartland, and you can see it's nothing but basically farms. Farms and open land as far as you can see. In testimony to how windy it is here in Nebraska, this American flag kind of sells it all, doesn't it? That's what it's been like driving through the state. Just windy, and it's kind of cold here too. Alright, on our drive, we are still in Nebraska, or like as I like to call it, Windbraska. Coming into Kearney, Nebraska now. I don't know what this place is. It's called the Archway Historical Exhibit. I don't know what that was. But anyway, we got about 300 miles on the Des Moines, Iowa. The ground and everything is pretty flat, like I said. Other than being incredibly windy, temperature 66 degrees. Pretty boring drive. I mean, as you would expect, you get into the heartland, not much to view. It's pretty flat ground. You'll see farms, you see cows, you see some horses. It's really nothing like yesterday. So anyway, on our way to Des Moines. All right, we are driving through Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, like they say in that TJ C.W. McCall song, Convoy, Omaha. And that's where we're at now, Omaha, Nebraska. You see we're getting into a little bit of rush hour here, but we're still on 80 East. We're gonna head out of here. We got 132 miles to Des Moines, Iowa. Oh, are we gonna get into a traffic jam up here? I think we're gonna get into a parking lot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. We're gonna get into a parking lot. Alright, so we are in Omaha, Nebraska now. And as you can see, it's rush hour. I didn't think there'd be this much traffic in Omaha, Nebraska. That many people live here? I wouldn't have thought so. But we're going to arrive into Des Moines, Iowa at 5:45. I got 131 miles to go. I cannot believe there's that many people that live in this city. Omaha, Nebraska. I don't even know the population of Omaha, but I never would imagine it would be this many fucking people. I mean, seriously, I never would have thought you'd find traffic in Nebraska, of all places. But look at this. I'm shocked, actually. I'm shocked. But anyway, on our way towards Des Moines, Iowa. I'm about sick of Nebraska, honestly, with the winds, as I'm going to call it from now on forevermore, Windbraska. That's all it was from the minute I got into the state, probably till the minute I leave it. Nothing but solid crosswinds. But anyway, let's keep cruising on. Iowa! We're in Iowa, bitch! We are in Iowa now. 124 miles to Des Moines, Iowa. I didn't expect that to happen that quick. Alright, welcome to Iowa. Alright, so we are in the middle of Iowa now. We got about 53 miles to Des Moines. Oh, look at this trailer with all little mini go-karts on it. How cute is that? And once you get back in the Midwest, one of the things you definitely see a lot of is wind farms. As you can see, they're kind of cool actually, but they generate a lot of energy. But over here in Iowa, you can see a lot of them. So back to the front, this is what I'm seeing. So you get back in the Midwest, it's pretty much straightforward. Like I said, prairie grass, you get some wind farms, and today we are having a red warning for high winds. So I'm getting wind gusts over 50 miles an hour. So it is bouncing this car around a lot. But you can see the wind farms here in Iowa. It's pretty cool to watch them. And you can see the blades are really going pretty good speed because the winds are very high today. But we are making our way towards Des Moines. We only have 47 minutes to go until we're in Des Moines, Iowa. Good morning, Expat Travels. It is 11:15 in Des Moines, Iowa, and we are making our trek today, as you can see my full car, from Des Moines, Iowa to Peoria, Illinois. It should be about 4.5 hours. It'll be the lighter part of this trip. Not too terribly exciting. We'll be leaving the Des Moines area, obviously going across I-80, be going through the Quad Cities and then into Illinois. So join me for this trip of 4.5 hours, shall you? All right, we are heading on to Des Moines now. Here's 35 north going to Minneapolis. 80 east is going towards Chicago. So we're going to take 80 east all the way out of Des Moines and make our way towards the Quad Cities. All right, folks, we are in Davenport, Iowa. We are now getting ready to cross the bridge into Illinois, my home state, after driving through Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and I'm forgetting another state. I know I'm for Nebraska and Iowa. And we are now going to complete this trip. We have 98 miles crossing the bridge from Iowa into my home state of, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. It's on the horizon. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it, folks. Here it comes. Here it comes. My home state of Illinois. Illinois, proud boy. We are in Illinois, the last state of Jeremy's cross-country trip from Phoenix, Arizona to Peoria, Illinois.